Today I am going to cover Azure Automation. Azure DevOps Automation. Azure DevOps Automation is too much vast topic, so today I am going to cover part one. That will be right. Uh, when we talk of DevOps, DevOps comes with vast features. However, there is a precise work. The framework is defined for DevOps also. Automation is one of the key component in that. In automation also, I will split into two parts because automation is too vast and we need to go in deep dive particular topics also. Like today, topic will be covered ARM template, Azure CLI, then by itself, and how we can do the demo part, right? So as uh, Azure Resource Manager. Azure Resource Manager basically composed of JSON files, and JSON is the JavaScript object notation. So it consists of schema, then we have parameter, then we have variable, then we have resource, and then we have output. So how schema defines when the template is created, JSON template is created, and when we are using a form where we are referencing that template, right? It's give us the broader idea for the person who is using that schema. However, parameter, when it comes to parameters helps us in making the JSON template more usable. Like uh, when it comes to username is one of the parameter we are providing, right? When we are providing the password is another parameter. However, in username we can provide the string format only, but when we are providing a password, it need to be secure password that need to be taken care here. Then again, as I told, right, that there will be few parameters we need to measure. Here also there is component apart from that, JSON variable is there, then we have function, then we have resource, and then we have output. So variable is to, once we define a variable, then we can reuse that variable to uh, make it precise template and make it error free. uh, uh, Variable can be categorized into few components like network card. When we are defining a network card, we can define as variable. Then we can provide a uh, VM name as a variable. Then we can provide a storage as a variable, because it need to be reused everywhere. Then we can provide this kind of parameter. It will be easier and convenient for us. And function will also give us that only, but it calls variable many times, right? Function can be defined as a set of group of variables which can be used, right? Apart from that, we have resource means what kind of VM we are trying to deploy, or what where the location we are planning to deploy. Like think you are planning to deploy a VM in East US or West India. So that's the part. Location is defined, right? Azure region or Azure location, that need to be defined here. So since we are defining a resource is defined by location also, right? Resource, where resource you are planning to put it. Since Azure is global, few of the components will be always in global parameter. However, apart from that, all components need to be deployed. Many of the components are not visible in particular regions also, that need to be taken care. So while deploying, we need to make sure that we are using the right location so that component can be deployed. And one of the many times we want Output should be visible. There we can use the in-JSON template output as a parameter. In output, it will provide us the information about the template, like public IP of the particular VM, right? We require in the end of the output will be generated while processing the ARM template. And this will be the minor component which I'm going through ARM template. However, in practical, it will be more convenient once ARM template is built. There are many benefits. Once it's ARM template can be integrated and nested also with other ARM templates. So once you build it, and then there will be nesting of three or more ARM templates, right? So that will give us features. We can reuse the ARM templates in different putting in different locations. Then we have we can once it is tested and share, it can be shared with the people, right? So while using ARM template, tomorrow I will cover one more topic, that secrets when we are using ARM template, because we are using username and password will be visible in ARM template, so we don't want to share the ARM template. Then we can use secret as a parameter. Then it comes Azure CLI. Azure CLI basically like your Azure shell we are getting, and in that also we will be using particularly Azure CLI to build create a resource or create a like AZ is the parameter for Azure CLI, and after that what we are providing, think we are providing a parameter for AZ group create hyphen, then name of the group name is it should be unique while creating, and it should be small. I always use small letter because Azure doesn't recognize capital letters many times. So to make error free our script, we need to use this kind of model. Then location either can be in small letter or it can be in capital letter. However, it's preferred if we practice for the small letters, because uh, but there should not be any gap, right? I think like region is your West India, West US, right? So West US is having a space, but while providing in Azure CLI, we need to make it West US, because space are not counted when we are dealing with command cell, right? One more advanced feature came up as Bicep. Bicep is again the Azure Resource Manager, is a part of Azure Resource Manager, and Azure Resource Manager, Azure Resource Manager, and Azure Resource Manager, and it's advanced version of Azure Resource Manager. In this, it's built with open source. So once open source is there, then it's a domain specific language. So we can tell us that Bicep whenever you are using reducing the JSON code to the fuel lines from around 30%, we are saving the coding time, because that will reduce your work efficiency, right? And benefits of using ISE. ISE, once it is prepared, it's make the ease of deployment of the things, right? So whenever you are deploying something, you need to have a here error free deployment will be there, and minimize the environment discrepancies, because most of environment will be used in similar pattern. However, to make it comfortable environment, we need to have a ARM template or Bicep or Azure CLI used by the everyone. Infrastructure as code is wide term. It can be used but once we start using it, it give us um, great strength in building our environment, uh, as well as it will give us a wider scope of work, because we were uh, making work. So uh, work will be more, complex work can be expressed in simpler format, and then complexity can be reduced, and error will be, main criteria will be complexity, then error, then reliability, accountability, because the person who is doing the work, right, he is accountable for that account or anything. So if we have precise work, work will be done better in efficient way, and there will be less errors and impact will be less to the environment. Yes, I will be presenting demos after this. So today I will be covering ARM demo, then Azure CLI, and then Bicep. Bicep will be in broader terms will be covered by tomorrow, because next session. These are the topics we are going to cover it. To First, we are going with ARM template. ARM template, as it is discussed, is schema, content version, and parameters, functions, variable, and resource are the main content of the whenever we are giving any ARM template, and output, it's give the resultant output. So this is the first one for ARM template. Like here, I am doing for storage one, so storage will be the content. So variable is a storage account name. Every time I can use it and type, like here content version I can keep on changing. Name is any SKU we can keep on changing, and select we can, and drop down also it gives the feature for that. So CLI demo, yeah. So in Azure CLI we have like group. Here I'm trying to create a group, so I need to provide the parameter like, this is the first location, West Europe. We need to make sure that whatever the location we are providing that exists, and as per its own, the if it is it will tell us, resource group first deployment one US West, demo, the succeeded, it means resource is created. So this streamline the process of error free, right? And even it's easy to read it out, and location is West US, right? So it's built at the environment in West US. Even we can check it here in rest, uh, all resource or uh, resource groups. So since it's not showing, because RG groups is not there, so when we create resource group sponsorship, first,
दही अब कम खाओ, अभी जिस सीजन में बटर मिल्क नहीं मंगाना चाहिए उस सीजन में ज्यादा बटर मिल्क मंगा लो।
So here it will be showing us this one. Save it. So here you can see both resources are available, and for deletion we can delete it through command shell, or you can delete it from here also. Command shell, tomorrow we will delete the GUI based. If we are deleting, then it takes how much time, and command shell it's very will be quick, so we can delete it multiple. Yes, and by default this shell storage is created because I created a shell.